9 seconds.
The best action movies of 2023 encompass a wide range of subgenres and feature both iconic characters and original concepts. The key to a successful action movie lies in a careful balance between compelling characters and hair-raising action scenes. From high-speed racing to brutal vigilantism, and from fantasy adventures to martial arts comedies, the best action movies of 2023 deliver thrilling and memorable experiences. So, without much further ado, we bring you the top 25 best action movies that the year has delivered. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on more exciting content. Number 25. Fast Charlie. Former James Bond actor Pierce Brosnan shows that he can still deliver the goods in Fast Charlie, a well-crafted revenge epic with Southern charm. In the movie, Brosnan portrays Charlie Swift, a 20-year veteran of the mob working under his longtime friend and mob boss, Stan, as a hitman, earning a reputation as an efficient and highly skilled fixer. His world changes when a rival mob tries to take out the gang, but they fail to finish off Swift. With his friends and team gone, he sets out to eliminate everyone responsible for the hit that left his life in shambles. The movie showcases Brosnan's skilled portrayal of a ruthless hitman navigating the dangerous world of crime.
I don't like loose ends.
Number 24. Silent Night. John Woo breaks his decade-long absence from cinema with the excellent Silent Night. The movie takes its title literally by removing all dialogue from the narrative, so that action literally speaks louder than words. It's a traditional revenge-style narrative about a grieving father who spends Christmas going after the people who accidentally killed his son. John Woo, arguably the greatest action director of all time, showcases his skills here by stripping away all excess from the narrative and creating a kind of pure cinematic experience akin to the most magical silent movies. However, it's infused with some of the most bombastic and inventive action you can imagine. Number 23. The Wrath of Becky. Becky was a delightful surprise in 2020. The action survival movie seemed perfect for a sequel, and it delivers just that in spades with The Wrath of Becky, featuring Lulu Wilson reprising her role as the titular character in a bloody revenge thriller that improves upon the original, leaving the audience yearning for more. The movie is a highly enjoyable revenge thriller, portraying the traumatized yet nearly psychotic teenage Becky seeking retribution for a violent home invasion by neo-Nazis planning a domestic terrorist attack. Wilson excels once again as the blood and gore-loving Becky, with the sequel delivering the same silliness and excessive brutality that made the first movie so watchable. Number 22. How to Blow Up a Pipeline. Although based on a non-fiction book, this action thriller weaves a fictional story about 8 young environmental activists who plan to blow up a West Texas oil pipeline as a protest against climate change. As they begin making preparations and producing homemade explosives, a series of setbacks threatens to undermine their mission. Simultaneously, they must evade the prying eye of law enforcement. How to Blow Up a Pipeline is a solid ensemble movie with complex and three-dimensional protagonists. The directors take a more subtle and open-ended view, balanced out by scenes of white-knuckle tension, explosions, and exchanges of gunfire. Number 21. Polite Society. London teenager Ria Khan dreams of becoming a stunt woman. She spends her days movieing martial arts clips with her older sister Lena and writing unanswered emails to her idol, stunt performer Eunice Hart. However, her life is disrupted when Lena becomes engaged to Salim, a seemingly perfect geneticist. Ria begins to suspect that Salim is up to no good, so she and her pals plan a daring heist to rescue Lena from her own wedding. Polite Society is one of 2023's martial arts gems, a rollicking, genre-bending affair that features action and humor in equal measure. The action is phenomenal, the costume design is stunning, and the performances are effortlessly sweet. Number 20. Kill Bok Soon. Despite boasting a 100% completion rate, the lead character of Kill Bok Soon, a contract killer named Gil Bok Soon, struggles to balance her personal life with her work. The movie follows Gil Bok Soon, a middle-aged single mother by day and the top-hired assassin in all of South Korea by night. Her teenage daughter struggles to reveal her LGBT identity to Bok Soon, while Bok Soon herself longs to return to a life of normalcy from the violent one she lives. This is truly among the best South Korean movies of the year, thanks to its well-choreographed fight scenes. This well-acted action thriller should resonate with movie fans around the world. Number 19, AKA. The French action thriller AKA follows a steely undercover special ops agent who finds his morality put to the test when he infiltrates a crime syndicate and unexpectedly bonds with the boss's young son. Played by Albin Lenoir, the character mean mugs like you can't believe throughout the movie and is excellent with a gun in this explosive Netflix movie. AKA excels by masterfully executing the fundamentals of a great action movie. With a simple plot, the movie prioritizes top-notch direction, talented actors, and skilled fight choreography, delivering intense fight scenes and ensuring that audiences genuinely care about the main characters. Number 18, Sisu. Let's face it, there's nothing more rewarding than seeing Nazis getting their asses handed to them. The Finnish action thriller Sisu follows the story of Atami Korpi, a veteran commander who discovers a massive gold deposit and must navigate through Nazi-occupied territory to sell his newfound wealth. Featuring the gloriously excessive and bloody sequences that revenge movies are made of, Sisu is by far one of the most cathartic action movies of 2023. Sisu is a joyous ride from start to finish, a loving pastiche of a bygone era of action movies with a deliriously gory streak. Number 17, Plane. Released in early January, Plane kicked off a great year for action movies. Gerard Butler and Mike Colter were fantastic as Captain Brodie Torrance and criminal Louis Gaspar, respectively. In Plane, Butler's pilot finds himself caught in a war zone after being forced to land his commercial aircraft during a terrible storm. To survive and save the passengers, he must team up with an accused murderer who was being transported by the FBI. Though the plots are ridiculous and nonsensical, the action is over the top, and the performances are simply awesome, even if they may be bonkers. 2023's Plane delivered all of this and more, making it feel like an authentic 80s action epic. Number 16, Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Director Stephen Caple Jr. takes the helm of the Transformers franchise with Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, which drops audiences into the 1990s. The movie chronicles the exploits of ex-military electronics expert Noah Diaz and artifact researcher Elena Wallace, who find themselves caught between the Autobots, the Maximals, and the Terracons. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts boasts even more of the eardrum-splitting explosions and epic robot-on-robot action that the Transformers movies have become known for. The movie sticks to the basics of action blockbusters and focuses on getting them right, making it an enjoyable entry that pushes the Transformers franchise in the right direction. Number 15, Fast X. The 10th installment in the Fast and Furious franchise sees Dom Toretto and his team joining forces to thwart Dante Reyes, the son of mobster Hernan Reyes, who was shot dead by Hobbs in Fast 5. Dante is seeking revenge and has turned Cypher's crew against Dom Toretto. From here, the story plays out like a greatest hits collection, revisiting key moments from previous installments. The plot is a little cheesy, and some of the stunts border on self-parody, but an abundance of high-octane action and a delightfully psychopathic performance from Momoa hold the movie together. Fast X delivers the action, stunts, humor, and star power that fans love while setting up the end of this chapter in the Fast and the Furious saga. Number 14, Cocaine Bear. Cocaine Bear caught a lot of people's attention with its outlandish title, but few truly expected such a thrilling crowd-pleaser. The movie is loosely based on a true story and presents a campy thriller about a black bear who finds and devours at least a brick of cocaine that literally falls from the sky. The bear then goes on a murderous rampage, terrorizing those who cross its path. Complete with outrageously over-the-top violence and a star-studded cast, Cocaine Bear gives us all the makings of a classic movie inspired by the era. The movie's physical comedy is outstanding, but it can provide thrills and scares as well as laughs.
Get higher, baby, and don't ever come down.
Number 13, The Equalizer 3. In 2023, many movie series saw sequels and continuations, and The Equalizer 3 followed suit. The final entry in this trilogy unfolds in Sicily, where former U.S. Marine and Defense Intelligence Agency officer Robert McCall resolves to protect his friends from a violent crime syndicate. Denzel Washington brings his flawless and raw understanding of the character one more time, and the action sequences feel extremely immersive and well choreographed. overflowing with the same audacious violence that fans of the franchise have become accustomed to. The movie is pure popcorn entertainment and marks a great finale to a beloved trilogy. Number 12. Creed 3. Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut, Creed 3, is one of the best and most stylized movies in the Rocky Creed franchise. It tells a personal story with deeply compelling characters and arcs, with Jordan's Adonis Creed facing a ghost from his past who has returned to challenge the champ. The movie's villain is terrifying and unpredictable, but perhaps what makes Creed 3 shine above the rest is the gut-punching action. The fight scenes are stylized, fast-paced, and over-the-top, much like anime. Boasting magnetic performances from both Jordan and Jonathan Majors, Creed 3 is visceral, over-the-top, and simply awesome. Number 11. The Killer. Michael Fassbender stars here as an unnamed assassin who meticulously plans and executes his hits. He prepares for his jobs by doing yoga and listening to the Smiths, all while explaining his mantras and philosophy. That is, until a botched job in Paris throws his life, and those of the people around him, into peril. The killer sets out to eliminate those who would do him harm, embarking on a mission to the Dominican Republic and across the United States. In some sense, The Killer is a standard hitman movie. The movie is beautifully shot and perfectly edited, making the fight scenes flow fluidly and allowing the audience to witness every gunshot, knife slash, and punch. Number 10. Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo brings to life the incredible true story of a gamer-turned-professional racer, showcasing the passion and determination of underdogs in the elite world of motorsport. The movie follows Jan Mardenborough's journey from being a Gran Turismo player to winning the GT Academy and becoming Nissan's champion, overcoming challenges and proving himself as a true racing athlete. The movie inspires and works on an emotional level but kicks exhaust as a thrilling sports adventure. The superbly shot, realistic racing scenes will have audiences gripping their chairs in white-knuckle excitement. Number 9. Extraction 2. Following the death of his son and the dissolution of his marriage, Australian Special Forces soldier Tyler Rake becomes a mercenary. His latest mission takes him to Georgia, where he must rescue a woman and her children from her drug dealer husband David and his vicious brother Zurab. When the operation goes south, Rake has to fight to keep both his charges and himself alive. Of course, the action is stunning, with a more than 20-minute-long take that sees Hemsworth's Tyler Rake take out an army of prisoners and guards in a prison riot, a barrage of cars in an epic car chase, and finally, a helicopter on a thrilling fight sequence on a train, all in one take. The story is far more interesting than the first, and this sequel sets up many spin-offs and sequels that we can't wait to see. Number 8. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Taking another nostalgic trip, the first Indiana Jones movie since the much-maligned Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was one of the most highly anticipated movies of the year. This time around, Indy is on the hunt for a legendary artifact that his goddaughter, Helena Shaw, plans to sell on the black market. However, a Nazi scientist named Jürgen Voller is also after the device, but his intentions are more nefarious. The action sequences in the movie are thrilling, taking Indy and his goddaughter Helena on a globe-trotting adventure. Dial of Destiny boasts numerous fantastic action set pieces that hark back to the series' golden era. Number 7. Godzilla Minus One. Godzilla Minus One has proven to be one of the greatest monster movies in decades. Produced by Toho Studios, the movie serves as a prequel to 1954's Godzilla by Ishiro Honda. It takes the legendary kaiju back to his roots, depicting a war-devastated Japan dealing with a new crisis as the giant monster emerges from the depths. Unlike the gunshots and fistfights that characterized many action movies this year, Godzilla Minus One focuses on physical destruction as the iconic beast stomps his way through Japan once again, causing emotional devastation. The movie is filled with trauma and shame, resulting in Godzilla Minus One having the most engaging human stories in the franchise. Number 6. Guy Ritchie's The Covenant. Guy Ritchie's The Covenant, an action drama set during the war in Afghanistan, follows U.S. Army Sergeant John Kinley. After being rescued against impossible odds by Afghan interpreter Hamid, he is sent back to the safety of America. However, upon discovering that Hamid and his family were not given safe passage to America as promised, Kinley decides to return to the war zone to repay his debt. The Covenant is a gripping war flick anchored by sensational performances from Jake Gyllenhaal and Dar Salim. The action is exhilarating, brutal, and masterfully directed by Ritchie. As a result, The Covenant stands out as one of the biggest and best surprises of the year.
I have a choice.
Number 5. Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, despite being a box office bomb, stands out as one of the best movies of the year. Based on the iconic tabletop role-playing game, the movie follows a band of unlikely adventurers on a quest to retrieve a lost relic. The cast in the movie was perfect, with the likes of Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Hugh Grant, Sophia Lillis, and others delivering delightful performances with fantastic chemistry. Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves proves to be a charming, action-packed fantasy movie throwback, as well as a richly detailed adaptation of the source material. Number 4. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Despite weaker-than-expected box office returns, there seems to be no end in sight for this franchise, with Ethan Hunt consistently reaching new heights of madness and majesty. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning follows the team as they attempt to save the world after an enemy from Hunt's past joins forces with a powerful rogue AI known as the Entity. The movie follows the usual save-the-world structure, allowing the movie makers to stage a series of excellent action set pieces. For fans of the franchise and newcomers alike, the movie treats its audience to death-defying stunts and adrenaline-pumping action in glorious excess. Number 3. John Wick: Chapter 4. The movie follows John Wick after he kills the elder of the nefarious organization known as the High Table. The villainous Marquis de Greymont sets out to kill him with unlimited resources at his disposal. The Marquis even manipulates the blind assassin Kane, an old friend of Wick's, into hunting the hero down by threatening his daughter. Wick has no choice but to track down and eliminate his enemies before they can do the same to him. As usual, the movie boasts exotic locales and exquisite fight choreography. The stunt work is simply phenomenal, and the effects are sleek. Wick chops, kicks, and blasts his way through countless bad guys, making the whole thing a pure treat to watch.
Y'all feel the wrath of the killer.
Number 2. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. While some might argue that a superhero movie doesn't fit the traditional action movie category, it's hard to deny that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 deserves a spot on this list, featuring some of the best action scenes in any superhero movie in 2023. The finale of James Gunn's trilogy sees Peter Quill rallying his team to defend the universe and protect one of their own while grappling with the loss of Gamora. Despite the MCU facing challenges in 2023, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 proves that there are still compelling stories to tell. It stands out as the best MCU movie of the year, showcasing James Gunn's distinctive movie-making style with visual boldness, raunchy humor, and a fantastic soundtrack that delights fans of his previous work. Number 1. Spider-Man: Across the Spider-Verse. The sequel to 2018's Oscar-winning Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse picks up with Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy as they swing straight into the madness of the multiverse, meeting a team of spider people known as the Spider Society and handling a new threat in the form of the Spot. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is not just one of the best action movies of the year, but one of the best movies. Building on its predecessor, the movie demonstrates the kind of visual spectacle and spectacular action that can be achieved with groundbreaking animation and a compelling story. The amount of visual imagination and the perfect synthesis of sound and image make this one of the most downright cinematic movies of the year. If you like a video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.